Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 26th May 2023. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol TRSV Nectar NECTAR Nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of what we have been doing in all my previous videos. Kindly subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of my other videos. So, let us talk with the topic of today. This is a very strange topic in the sense that it takes you into the journey within my own life story, which is quite true and interesting, and which I am sure will benefit all of you also, because what has happened to me could have happened to you also, or may happen to you or some loved one of yours someday or the other. For this story, for convenience, I am going to use the first person while reciting this particular story, in the sense that I am going to address you as my false ego, that is, the body of this living entity in this birth, that is TSV Raghavan. I am going to address you as TSV Raghavan. This is to facilitate the recitation of this particular story. Let us proceed. I, TSV Raghavan, have a friend called Mr. A.T., who was with me in Delhi and who is still a very brilliant astrologer and horoscope reader. This man predicts the past, present, and future of every individual whose horoscope he reads. However, he is blessed with some extraordinary clairvoyant powers also. This man was sitting with me in one cabin one afternoon when he mentioned that one person who we all knew and who was not present in the room at that time was giving him such vibes that Mr. A.T. sincerely believed that that person is at the end of his life, at the fag end of his life. In other words, that man would die very soon. I was surprised, not because of this prediction, but because the person who Mr. A.T. mentioned was at least 15 to 20 years younger than us. Later on, I had a chance to come close to that person, and I found that this person was not only intelligent, successful, and healthy, he had even no inclination towards some ill health or approaching death. I wondered why Mr. A.T. said about this person this particular statement, that is, that this guy is going to die very soon. However, at that time I could not understand the importance of this till a few years later. I myself had a stroke and I was given an opportunity to contemplate on this particular theory. Actually, I would like to tell you that I and Mr. A.T. were working in the same organization, which one fine morning, after a few months from when Mr. A.T. said this, asked me to leave this organization. On second thoughts or on looking back, I feel that probably Mr. A.T. said something to this organization. Only after I had a stroke on 14th March 2015 that I realized what Mr. A.T. intended to say in the year 2010. Actually, Mr. A.T. was trying to tell me that I was going to die very soon. But instead of saying it to my face, which could have been very impolite, he called that person who was not with us at that time and said that that man gave vibes that he will be dying very soon. Now, coming back to 2015, I had a very massive stroke which left me totally paralyzed at the right side of my body, including the limbs. When I had a stroke, I actually went into coma and my relatives signed my death certificate there and then. However, miraculously for all of us, I seem to come back again after 3 days of coma when even the doctors and my relatives had given up. In fact, I remember saying angrily, "Why did you not allow me to die?" And my relatives said, "Who said? We all thought that you were gone, but you came back alive even to the surprise of the doctors." I was surprised why such a thing happened. And then one day I watched a video by Mr. Sanjeev Malik, the international spiritualist and spiritual teacher of Mission Genius Mind. What Mr. Sanjeev Malik mentioned was that in some cases, destiny or God gives people a small lease of life so that they may try to complete the purpose for which they were born in a particular lifetime. In other words, I had come here with a purpose which I knew and which I sincerely wanted to complete. But before I could complete that job, I was supposed to have died at the age of 56. However, God or destiny decided that I deserved a second chance. So it gave me a very tiny lease of life so that I could complete my purpose of life in this particular birth. And that is precisely the reason why I came back alive after a coma of 3 days when I was supposed to have actually died, but which I survived with a right side paralysis. Here I would like to mention that I was born a left hander. That is, my left hand was supposed to have been activated by the right side of my brain. However, due to peer pressure in my childhood, when I was not even aware of this, I was forced to become a right handed man, which had very terrible repercussions. What I was capable of doing as a left-hander, I was prevented by my own relatives by making me or forcing me to become a right-hander. Further, when I was born, I had a septic in my umbilical cord, which was totally poisoned or which totally poisoned my body, and I survived near death at the age of 20 days. Mr. Sanjeev Malik and other medical people have mentioned that the umbilical cord or the Manipuraka chakra, that place is very, very important in the life of every living entity, especially the human ones. My umbilical cord got septic at the age of 20 days. I miraculously survived and I was forced to write with my right hand. Probably that was the reason why I could not complete my assignment in my first 56 years. However, after my right side got paralyzed, I was forced to use my left hand. Lo and behold, in fact, in spite of the difficulties in trying to use my left hand from the age of 56, I completed several of my assignment jobs within 7 to 8 years. What I could not do in 56 years, I completed in 7 to 8 years. I really don't know how much my assignment is, but let me say this very frankly. I feel that the purpose for which I was given a new and a bit lease of life is already over. What I was supposed to have done as an assignment in this particular lifetime is actually over. Let us now see how much I am right or wrong. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular matter. Please give me your own expert ideas, thoughts, opinions, and views so that I may keep reminding you of my other videos and blend your thoughts with mine for the sake of this society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.